This is the 3 main reasons why most men will never have a physique women find attractive. But before we get into that, y'all know the deal is Space CBO, aka Cole Brown Official. We start number 3 and we go on to number 1. So number 3 is the whole body positivity movement. They will teach you that it's okay to be overweight, it's okay to be obese. You will see models nowadays that are obese. Don't buy into that bullshit, because you are getting misguided. You are getting told that that's attractive, people like that. No, to feel good about yourself, even though you're treating yourself like shit. Get rid of that mindset. And even a lot of guys that come across my channel and they say body game is fake, it doesn't work. Y'all are buying into that body positivity movement where you think it's okay, you think it's acceptable to be super overweight. You're buying into that. Maybe it's not all that bad. Maybe being in shape isn't all that good because you're being lazy. You don't want to do the work. So get rid of that body positivity whole mindset, because it's not going to take you far. You're going to be quick to quit the gym when you think it's okay to be sloppy, when you think it's okay to be overweight. You need to have standards, and you need to say, I'm too good to do that. You should be able to look yourself in the mirror and be proud of yourself. Now, I've even told y'all many times to change your feed. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Twitter, TikTok, whatever, make sure you're following people that prioritize their health to inspire you. Now, you don't want to get full blown into it, and a lot of these guys develop body dysmorphia, and you're watching all these dudes that say they natural, but they're really shooting up stuff. You don't want to get too deep into it, but you should have dudes on your feed that are grinding. They're working every single day, inspire you to keep you on track. Not these people that just push, oh, you should feel good about yourself all the time, no matter what. Get rid of that bullshit. Stop thinking like that, because that is going to make it easy for you to quit. And that's why you see so many guys go to the gym 1-2 weeks and then they stop, because they're not uncomfortable where they're at. They don't look at themselves and say, this is unacceptable. So they will keep doing what they're doing. Going on to point number 2 is a sedentary lifestyle. And this is something I suffer from too. And I got into patterns of working overtime a lot of times, and you might be standing up or you might be sitting for a long time at your job or your work. This is very bad for you. And even now, I drive for work, so I have to make sure I'm stretching, moving around, take little breaks here and there. So now when I wake up in the morning, I'm stretching. Before I go to sleep, I'm stretching, because those muscles can get tight and things don't feel the way they're supposed to feel. So you got to prioritize your body. And a lot of guys, I know a lot of y'all might be gamers and stuff like that. Dog, try to find activities that are going to hit 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Instead of playing the video games, go to the gym, try a boxing class, a Muay Thai class, whatever it may be, cross country, something like that. Find something that you can hit multiple birds with 1 stone. Because a lot of y'all say, okay, I like playing video games because it brings me happiness. Okay, boxing could bring you happiness. Muay Thai could bring you happiness. Cross country could bring you happiness. So why don't you replace them? And then let's say you go do something like CrossFit. 1, you're going to meet more people. 2, it's good for your health. And 3, let's say you end up dating someone that was in your class. Like, there's so many things that can come from you getting outside your house, moving, prioritizing your health. You know, and so many guys come to me and say, Cole, what's the best way to meet a girl? And I'm like, what type of girl do you want to meet? What type of girl do you want to meet? Because I'll tell them the easiest way is dating apps. But at the same time, a lot of these chicks on dating apps are trash. I'll be honest with you. Most women are on dating apps, but a lot of the women on dating apps are trash because they're looking for attention. Or a lot of these girls are obsessed with social media. And if you ever dated a girl that's obsessed with social media, you know it's all bad. It's all bad. So a lot of times it's best to meet a girl in person, doing something that you like to do. And then the connection feels just a lot more smooth. And most women, they'll tell you, like, I want to just randomly run into a guy. Like, they got that whole fantasy in their head. Like, they just randomly came across this guy and they knocked it off from the jump, you know? So get out, get moving. If you have a job that's sitting a lot, make sure to be stretching. You know, if you like a truck driver, stuff like that, make sure to be stretching, dog. Because your health will go down the drain so quickly when you don't prioritize your health. When you just work. Make time for your health. If you have to focus on 2 things, focus on how to become more charming and body game. That's the 2 things you need. That's all you need. Working on body game and becoming more charming. But let's get down to number 1. Number 1, why most men will never achieve a physique women are attracted to is because diet. That's the main one. And I would tell a lot of y'all it's not even that much your fault, because a lot of y'all have been told bullshit when it comes to diet. And it's a lot harder if you're in a country like America, because we have a lot of just bullshit in our food. And this is why I was leaning more towards the Republican side once RFK went to that side, because he started exposing a lot of these companies that are putting bullshit in our food. And then you compare it, like our health standards, like the food we have compared to Europe, and it's like, why are we allowing this? Why are we allowing that? Why are we and it's all comes down to these people trying to make a lot of money. You know, we have a lot of chemicals in our food that cause cancer, that increase obesity, all types of stuff. And they still allow it. So you have to be aware of what you're eating, because there's a lot of chemicals in our food that you need to be aware of, because the government will not watch out for you. And I hope we get back to a day where the government does watch out for us, where they don't just allow anything in our foods. Hopefully we're going in that direction with RFK in office, but who knows? Who knows? So a lot of these foods are a lot worse than you think they are. And I told y'all before in previous videos, I worked at a soul food restaurant for 2 years. And after every time I would eat, I just felt drained. Just feel like laying down and doing nothing for the rest of the day. You know, that soul food was delicious, but it got so much MSG, salt, sugar, all different types of stuff in it, and it will drain you. And when you're drained from eating food, do you really think you're going to work out? Do you really think you're going to go and attack and achieve your goals? Like, a lot of y'all are fueling yourself with bullshit. And then you wonder why you're so tired. You wonder why you don't feel like going to the gym. If you put the right foods in your body, if you eat more vegetables, eat more fruits, eating clean proteins, you would probably have more energy. You would feel a lot better. You know? So just going through it again, body positivity, get that bullshit out your head. Follow the people that are going to push you. Follow the people that are going to inspire you, not the people that are going to make you feel comfortable. And I've been in situations with people, I paid for consultations and stuff like that, where people made me uncomfortable, but I needed that to grow. While people call me out on my bullshit, and I needed that to grow. So look for the people that are going to call you out. Don't look for the people that are going to comfort you, because you're not going to grow in comfort. Going on to point number 2 is the sedentary lifestyle. You got to keep moving. This life will try to keep you inside. Whether it's your job, remote job, whether you playing video game for your hobby, find a hobby that's going to get you outside. And if you can find a job that you're moving more often, find a job that you can move more often. If you're doing remote work, if you're at home doing computer work, every now and then, get up, do some stretching, do some push-ups. Keep on moving, because I promise you, muscles are going to start getting tight. And then one day, you're like, man, what is wrong with my body? You getting aches and pains, and you only in your 30s. You only in your 20s. So keep on moving. And I remember my boss, when I first started this job, he was telling us, like, oh, do stretching and stuff like that. So I'm like, this goofball telling us to do stretching like we about to get in a football game. We just driving. We delivering tires, you know? And then a couple months later, I'm like, dang, my hamstrings are like super tight. You know, you sitting a lot, your hamstrings are going to get tight. So I was like, look, I was thinking he was a goofball for saying, oh, y'all make sure to stretch. But he was right the whole time, you know? And it took for me to be dumb and not listen to him. And now I'm starting to get hamstring all tight, lower back pains and crap like that. So make sure to prioritize your health. Keep on moving, you know, and find hobbies that you can hit multiple birds with one stone. Like I said, you might go do a cross-country team. You might do CrossFit, and you might find your next girl there. You might find a girlfriend there. You might find your new best friend there. You know, so get out the house, try to get around different people, and try to get around people that are pushing themselves every single day. And last but not least is the diet. They put a lot of bullshit in our foods. You know, I know a lot of people attack carbs and stuff like that, but in America, our carbs are so bad because of the chemicals they put in it. You know, I was talking to a girl not that long ago, and she was telling me the food in Italy, she travels a lot. That's why I like talking to her. The food in Italy tasted different. They didn't have as many chemicals. Like, the food was a lot cleaner, you know? While if you look at like a loaf of bread here and a loaf of bread in Italy, we're going to have a lot more chemicals in our food. If you look at the pasta in Italy versus the pasta here, we're going to have a lot more chemicals in our food. So that's why a lot of these carbs are super bad for us, because they add a whole bunch of bullshit to them. So I think cut down on the carbs when it comes to like breads, pastas, rice, stuff like that. Cut back on it, and you can get your carbs elsewhere, you know. a lot of vegetables have carbs in them and stuff like that. It might not be as much, but all the extra bullshit, the breads, get rid of that stuff, man. Stay away from sodas. Definitely, you don't want to drink your calories. So many people do that. They drink soda. Man, the American diet is so bad, and it will set you up for failure. And that's why most of these people in America look like crap, and they will keep on looking like crap. And you can get ahead. And I promise you, the competition is so easy in America because most of these people are overweight. They're obese. They're not in shape at all. So just being in shape, you are like ahead of the crowd by miles, you know, and most women will find your physique attractive because they so used to seeing overweight people. But that's all I got for y'all today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.